Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we have an old video from a channel called Jiving Bullets. He used to do a lot of anti-sovereign citizen, anti-sovereign Moor, Amendment Otter videos. Hasn't put one up for a few years. I guess maybe he moved on to better things. But this is kind of from his channel. I'll leave the link below. Basically, we have a sovereign Moor who goes to Antigua in South America and tries to get through customs using his little old sovereign citizen ID thing. And he's apparently done this quite a few times before. And I guess he does have a legitimate passport. He does have one. And he plays the game until he's ready to get arrested. He goes, oh wait, I do have a passport, here it is. But the security staff down there obviously have dealt with him before. And as you can see, some of them are getting tired of him. And worst of all is that he brings his family with him. And he has no idea the consequences that he could face if they decide to either arrest him or revoke him. So let's sit back and watch a complete dumbass make a complete dumbass out of himself again.
Right, material. How you doing, sir? Who am I dealing with, please? I didn't hear you. Clarence Thomas, thank you. How you doing? I'm Imani Fogo L. This is my nationality card. I'm a Moorish American national.
It has begun!
I am Imani Kifensi Fogo L. I'm a Moorish American national. This is my nationality card. Immigration form?
That is correct.
Well, you see, I'm not an immigrant. All I need to show is this right here.
Sorry?
I'm not an immigrant. This is all I need to show right here. I'm a national. I'm a Moorish American national.
So like I said in the opening, you can't just walk in there, flash an ID, and expect to go past customs unless you're law enforcement, federal agency, or military, or something like that. If you're just a normal civilian, traveling from point A to point B, you gotta have a valid ID from the country you're from, plus a valid passport to or from the country you're going to. It's not that hard.
This is all I'm required to show. But that's an immigrant form. I'm not an immigrant. I'm a national.
Yes, nationals must fill form as well.
No.
So
This
does
is
the Prime Minister, the Governor General,
no.
and all the
No. I'm protected by rights of indigenous people. I'm indigenous to this land. See, what you need is a... If I fill that out, I give up my status as sovereign. This is all I need.
Oh, so you refuse to fill an immigration form?
Not well. You need to take this to your supervisor.
No. I need you to say...
I need you to say if you're not going to take this card or not. That's what I
I
need.
don't have a problem with your card.
Right.
But I'm saying you must fill an immigration form. You have an immigration form.
But I'm not an immigrant. Why do I need an immigration form if
All passengers must fill an immigration
I'm not an okay. I traveled to North America, right? I'm back in South America. This is South America. I did not go overseas.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. I did not go over.
So basically, what the security guy here is saying is that either you're a national or an immigrant, you still need to fill out that card, that little immigration card. That's what he's saying to him. And this guy's saying, well, I'm national here, I visited America, now I'm back. Doesn't matter. When you go to a foreign country, their laws apply, their rules apply. There's very few rules that do not apply to you. Like, you can't vote in their country, you can't hold public office in their country, you're not a citizen of said country. But yeah, so this I'm a sovereign national Moor, whatever. This guy has no idea what he's talking about at all. All he wants is that immigration card. That's all he wants. So he can get this guy out of his hair and move on to the next guest.
See, I stayed on the American continent. If you read this card tells you that I am a national of the American continent.
The land of make-believe.
I am not a foreigner. This is my land. If I'm going from my bathroom to my kitchen, why do I need permission from it? The continent. The continent. Antigua is sitting on South America. No, Antigua is a corporation. Antigua has nothing to do with the dirt.
You've encompassed all of it.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
So this guard has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't know what this guy's yammering about. It's all gibberish nonsense to him. So understandably, he's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. So I guess we're gonna bring in the lady now, who is his superior or a shift boss. We'll find out.
All I want to hear is if you're going to accept the card or not.
All the time.
Good afternoon. Who am I dealing with, please?
This is Senior Supervisor James.
What's your first name?
Donnelly Daly.
Okay, thank you
All
very
right.
much. Yes.
The officer explained to me that you have presented just an ID.
A nationality card. A nationality card.
All right. And your passport, do you have that with you?
I don't need to show passport once I show this. It's a nationality
I'm not
card.
asking you if you know whether you need to show it or not. I'm asking if you have a passport in your possession.
Okay, I have a question for you. I was going to ask you a question, you ask me a
I
question.
would really appreciate if you just answer the questions, and I'll give you the opportunity to ask me questions now.
Oh, bear with me just a little bit, right?
Do you have a passport?
I just
in
want to
your
know,
possession?
are you going to accept this or not?
Sir?
Yes.
I just need to know if you have a passport in your possession.
With this, I do not need a passport. I just want to know if you're going to accept this or not, then we can move on.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to know if you have a passport.
I need to know if you're going to accept that. Yes, ma'am. Hmm?
No, thank you.
So the fact he's typically avoiding the question, she's now very suspicious of him. Keep in mind, this is post 9/11. This is like 2012, I think this video goes, according to the timer on the camera. So she's being suspicious, like, you have no passport, you have this BS ID. She doesn't know what the hell this ID is. She's like the guard, she's confused. He's not answering the question. She's asked him, do you have a passport? Now, do you have it with you? Now, is it on you? Now, can you present it? She's actually just has one. And he says, all I have is this card. I don't have to give you anything else. Those are red flags for her. And she's probably thinking this guy's probably just an idiot, but she can't take that risk. Airport security, terrorism, South America. I'm not trying to South America, but most of those governments aren't the most stable. And a lot of guerrilla factions and militias all over the place. She's doing her job. And she's being very polite about it so far, very friendly. And her questions are straightforward and easy to answer. This guy is just being a complete jerk.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, sir?
How do you do?
I'm doing fantastic and amazing, sir. Just trying
Nice to see you again.
All right.
Ask me now, what is the problem again?
I just trying to exercise my rights.
Hold on, hold on. I can't do something right here, John. I can't do something right here. The passport, John.
So wait, I just want to. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So okay. So I just want to know if you're gonna accept that or not.
No, we don't accept it.
All right, that's all I want her to say.
So he said he did not accept it. They're not going to accept the ID. That's it.
No, we don't.
And all right, not gonna argue. I do have a passport.
Big shocker.
I mentioned I'll get trouble, boy.
It's not trouble. I'm exercising my rights.
But I can't exercise the right if you can't work.
You don't. What are you saying? It's mine. What do you mean I can't exercise my right here? You have to remember that you're government.
You know what?
You're government, and the only function of government is to protect my pre-existing birthright.
What are we telling you? That's never work. Because for me, government accept that.
No, your government's a corporation. My government has control of the land.
Okay, but my government pay me.
He pay you?
For me to just go in here.
Your government get money from my signature.
Well, I don't know that.
That's why I'm trying to teach you other things that you don't know.
You don't teach me.
It
comes to my government.
No.
That's the one government pay me.
That's your government. Let's talk. Gaston Brown is a public servant. I'm public. He's my servant.
So hold on.
Yes.
Your government declare. But I'm telling you, I work with this Antigua government.
Antigua government is my servant. I am the law.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Okay. Well,
I'm a Moorish American national. Yes, show me. Yes.
And until I get that memo, we go according to what we
I understand what you're saying.
and that
But
closed.
wait, no, it's not closed. Ignorance of the law is no
my body will
excuse.
take care of you. My body will take
Good
care
talking to you, sir.
So he said ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So that means this idiot has no excuse because he's obviously ignorant of the law. He won't be in a security office being questioned. I think this guy's a big joke. They're laughing at this guy. He doesn't even know it.
Work permit or anything?
Don't need a work permit.
What? You have an Antiguan passport?
Don't need an Antiguan passport. I'm a national. I'm a Moorish American national. I'm in communication with, and it marks my rights have been violated. This is my soil. This is my land. I don't need their permission.
So yeah, you saw a quick jump there to the back to this poor guy again. So when I was picked up from there, I didn't put that cut in there. That was in the video from the beginning.
To ask me for time, that's called extortion. This is my soil, my ancestral estate.
Anyone came on the flight? I have a flight time thing and I have the 3:16. I'm flight time thing.
Yes, sir.
Every time you come through here,
Yes.
you give us problem.
You think it's problem
No,
for
no, no.
you?
No, hold
I'm
on, hold on, hold on.
exercising my rights.
So obviously this is not his first time through. We just heard him say it. Every time he goes through, he gives him this BS. So he knows how the system works. That's why the guard obviously said, "Oh, I know this guy." At the point we're going to say enough's enough, and to say, "Here are the handcuffs. Let's go."
Your rights of what?
I am a national. I'm a Moorish American national. I'm standing on my ancestral estate of the Americas.
Let me explain something. The next time that you come here,
Yes.
I'm going to refuse the entry. If you do not follow the rules and guidelines of Antigua,
You need to follow the rules of the Constitution.
Which Constitution?
That is the law of the American continent, the land.
this is Antigua.
No, it's not.
This is not Antigua.
No, it's not. Antigua is a corporation.
I smell bullshit.
Let me explain to you. The next time that you come here, you give your document or else you refuse the entry.
You cannot tell me what to do. That's called slavery.
Now, that's called doing his job. And this guy's had enough of him. Somebody he's gone to do it 4 or 5 times probably, and this poor guy's had to deal with him a few of those times. And the complaint is valid. It's like, you know what, you come here, you always cause these problems, we're done with you, get out. And this guy can go to jail, he can be deported, and I'll get to that important part at the end of the video.
Okay.
All right.
Fine. I already. You have 1 month to go and get your status certificate.
You cannot tell me what to do on my ancestral estate.
In there and you
That's called extortion.
do not expect.
So yeah, there's a cut again. Yeah, just cut the video again in case you didn't catch that. Pretty sure y'all did though.
I spoke to you the last time you come here.
You are not the law, sir. I heard you, but I'm going to do my thing to exercise my rights.
Okay.
I have
no
rights.
problem with that.
I'm exercising my rights, and it's a problem with you. I will always exercise my rights. I know my rights.
No, you
I'm a
don't.
Moorish American national.
You're not. You're
You
a
said what
con
you said. I heard you, but I'm not listening.
Okay, fair
I heard you, but I'm not listening.
enough.
You're not in charge of me.
man. Put those handcuffs on, you will.
No, refuse my entry.
That's a video I want to see, but we'll never see that video.
You too.
So yeah, that's the issue that we have. The thing about going to a country without a valid passport or playing these games, he got very lucky with this group. They think he's a big joke. Obviously that one security guard has dealt with him before and just got tired of dealing with this crap. Don't blame them. It's an airport. Their job is security and safety. You gotta make sure all the bad people don't come in. They don't cause any problems. They have a tough job. I mean, you can yell at airport security all you want, but they do have a very difficult job. You should be more appreciative because you're going from point A to point B on that plane safely because they're doing their job. That being said, had the security staff not wanted to deal with him and just say, you know what, we're done with you, you could have been arrested for illegal entry. You could have been deported. And that's what that problem is. His passport, he goes back to the country because he obviously had a valid passport, obviously we saw that. But what if he didn't have one? He couldn't go back to the United States. He'd be stuck someplace either in an airport or someplace like that with no documentation, no nothing. They're not going to buy that sovereign more crap. There was a guy that this happened to. He lived in Paris for like 20 years inside the airport there for 20 years. We could get something like this, but this guy has his family with him now. So he's dragged them into this. This is a case of just stupid being stupid upon stupid. And you heard the guard say next time he comes back around and plays this game, he's going to refuse his entry, which they can do. And he's going to have to get back on the plane and fly out at his expense, or he's going to jail. Alright, so when you travel, take your passport, take your ID, take the right information, and be nice to these people. Alright, you have a good one. I'll see you when I see you.